Hi, I'm Katie Ziskind, licensed marriage and family therapist at Wisdom Within Counseling in Niantic, Connecticut. I'm here with my friend Heather, and we're going to talk with you all about nutrition and mental health. Since Halloween's coming up, candy can be really tempting, so we wanted to give you some great recipes as well as positive coping skills to handle your next sugar craving and prevent an emotional eating binge. What are some of your favorite recipes, Heather? I remember you used to like juicing the ginger in there. What did you put in your smoothies? Or I guess they were juices.
Right. I put apple, lemon, lime, ginger, carrot. That was my go-to.
I remember one day we did hot yoga and you made me one with beets and red delicious apples and ginger.
Yeah, the beet was really good.
I've heard beet actually can improve the health of your lungs. Even pro athletes are drinking beet juice now.
That's good to know. So is that something that, maybe you could make a popsicle? It's kind of cold though, so I wouldn't want to do that for Halloween. What's more of like a Halloween base?
Well, maybe, like, say you have your candy for the trick-or-treaters. You can get just enough, and then the day after Halloween, don't get any extras that are on sale, and then instead maybe give your extra candy to veterans or a population where they could send it overseas so you're not tempted by that extra sugar.
Send it overseas?
Yeah, to Afghanistan, to all the different places, our troops, they don't get their Halloween, so just make sure to send it out, because if it's there, if it's lingering, it can be tempting.
What if you make like hot chocolate with the candy and melt it?
Ooh, that's so creative. I feel like we could find something on Pinterest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or even you can play with a healthier chocolate option like dark chocolate with 80% cocoa.
I love dark chocolate. That's my favorite.
Yeah, and dark chocolate is actually great for women as well because it has magnesium, which improves bone health.
Or if you melt down the chocolate and then have the kids dip apples in it.
Ooh, that's a great one. I love that idea.
And you're incorporating the apples.
And you get fiber and some fresh fruit. And also I love that tip about involving children in the process of, feeling the apples, being in the process of enjoying the fruit. And recently we made a bean soup with pinto beans. We added some lemon juice in, wheat berries, quinoa.
Yeah, because I feel like when parents, this has nothing to do with soup, but I feel like when your kids go trick-or-treating and they get all the candy and then they eat all the candy and then you're there at night, maybe you're cleaning up after dinner or you're just finishing up some things after the kids go to bed and you're there stuck in that room like face-to-face with the bag of candy.
Yeah.
And you just want to eat it all.
Right, like for instance, if you're
Then you can just eat it all sometimes.
You could, but let's look at that. Like, what would it be like? Let's just say we happen to indulge, maybe had some extra chocolate after an evening of working maybe a 12-hour shift, or you're emotionally drained and you're just, you get right back on the wagon. The next morning, you go to yoga, you practice some self-care. What do you like to do in your morning if you feel like you've had a night of...
In my morning?
Yeah, like you had a lot of stuffed crust pizza or something, which...
Oh, I usually just want to sleep all day, and I'll just turn on my Roku TV and watch Netflix all day and just not even get out of bed.
So it can almost like perpetuate like depression in a way, and isolation, of feelings of shame and guilt.
Yeah. If I was working out, then I wouldn't feel bad about eating candy, because then you just go work out, you feel good, eat some candy, it doesn't really bother you. But if you're just kind of lazy all the time, then I don't know if that makes sense or not.
It does. If someone has depression already and they're feeling really like insecure, maybe low self-confidence, and then they eat a lot of candy, it's only going to make that feeling worse. But if you are feeling, have some healthy coping skills, like going for a walk, going for a run, going to yoga, then you have a little slip up. It's just like a little hiccup or a little, little relapse of judgment, and then you just pick yourself right back up where you started, getting those green smoothies, getting those salads in, fresh fruits and veggies. So any last final positive skills for our viewers?
Willpower.
Willpower.
Don't be hard on yourself. If you want some Reese's, if you want some Swedish Fish, if you want some Twizzlers, just, it doesn't matter. You can eat it. It's okay.
Yes, that's actually a really good point. I love that. Being gentle
Yeah.
and loving with yourself.
Don't beat yourself up. If you're going to have some candy, have some candy.
Yeah.
But I think it's when you fall into that cycle of like beating yourself up and then feeling bad about it and then thinking, oh, I ate like 5 Twizzlers last night, so I'm just going to get like McDonald's for lunch today and then eat pizza for dinner, and then the next day you're like, oh, well, I already ate all this crap all week, so I'm just going to have a crappy week and just eat junk food all day and all week, and then turns into a month, turns into a year, turns into a lifestyle. So I don't think it's good to like beat yourself up over it or be harsh on yourself. If you want to have some candy, eat some candy, but just reflect on how you feel about what you're putting into your body.
Mm-hmm. Like be mindful about the process.
Yeah, and that goes with anything, you know. It goes with anything in life that you do. If you're hanging out with somebody and after you're done hanging out with them, reflect about how you feel. You know, do you feel drained? Do you feel good about yourself or do you feel bad about yourself? Do you feel energized or do you feel like you want to just go home and like cry or something because they were mean to you? You know, reflect on everything you do. What your work, you know, after a long day of work, are you feeling drained and are you feeling unappreciative? Or are you not getting the praise that you think you deserve? Or do you feel good? Does your work feel like you're making a difference? With anything you do, no matter who you're with, what you're eating, how you're spending your time, just reflect after how you're feeling.
That is a great tip, Heather. I'm so proud of you for mentioning that because that's something I really needed to hear. You know, self-reflection is something that we can do anytime, and it just takes a moment of breathing, a moment to pause, to say, you know, all right, something's not feeling good. You know, how can I, build self-compassion from this experience, and how can I be my best self, like this higher self, this spiritual self that we're really trying to access, of living a congruent life, of being honest with ourselves, and sometimes we feel like we're stuck in the past and have a lot of regrets, and sometimes we feel like so much anxiety and anticipation about the future, and all we can think about is what's coming next. But both living in the past and the future take us out of the present. So if you can just be present for yourself, love yourself just the way you are, even if you've had 12 Reese's cups, you just notice what you're feeling, and from that inner awareness, you can accept yourself where you are, and you can create a really positive and bright future for yourself.
Right, and if you want to eat candy, just eat it. Just don't beat yourself up after about it. And if you're going to beat yourself up, you're going to make yourself feel bad after and put yourself down about it, then don't just sit there in your own sadness. Do something about it. You have a choice. So.
Yes, you always